Welcome back to Wrestling Renaissance. My name is TJ Leo. And you are in black and white.
And I'm Cole 2K. I am timeless Cole 2K at the moment.
Oh, timeless Cole 2K. All right, I dig it. She's back, is she? No more punk rock amnesia.
All right, here we go.
All right, he's back in color. This is the Elimination Chamber predictions episode, and we're gonna get into that. That's our main event for today's Wrestling Renaissance episode. But before we get into that, we're gonna get into a new WWE show that recently started. It was about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, on A&E, WWE LFG, which is maybe one of the worst names for a show ever. Oh, I'm frozen. As long as you can hear me, we're good. You can't hear me.
Hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Okay. Yeah, as long as you can hear me,
Yes,
we're good. It's
right,
locally recorded. So.
Hey, you're a little better.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, so LFG, not a great name for the show. I guess it stands for Legends and Future Greats. Not a fan of it. And then
Legends
they made fun
and
of
Future Greats,
yeah, and then they made fun of the acronym, or Shawn Michaels makes fun of the acronym, but it definitely seems scripted, because he constantly says, and remember, let's fucking go.
Let's effing go.
And it's just like, that's so cringe, guys. Like, who's writing the script for you? Shawn Michaels would never say, let's fucking go. That's so brutal. But let's get into it. Before we get into the
script, will probably come up a few times in the conversation.
Ooh, spoilers. Yeah, before we get into the actual Future Greats that are on the show, what do you think of the show itself? Are you entertained?
I'm entertained in the idea of it. They took the original Tough Enough from 20-something years ago and just kind of mixed it up. Instead, to where instead of just all the wannabes competing against each other, they broke them up in teams with the coaches. They made it more of a competition aspect like that between teams. So it's a good concept.
Yeah, the coaches are competing for the LFG championship, which is like I guess a belt. I'm assuming. I don't know if they actually showed the belt, but
I'm sure.
And then
with the big WWE logo in the middle of it.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably the LFG logo dead center of it. And the contestants are competing for a guaranteed NXT contract. I don't think they elaborated on what that contract is. Like, is it like for a guaranteed year? Is it for a specific amount of money? I don't know.
Right.
But that's kind of the gist of the show. Yeah, it's very Tough Enough. Like, I like it in that sense. None of it seems scripted except for some of the speeches that they give. And obviously, like, the competitions and like how they're doing things, like they're, that part is scripted, but I think a lot of the reactions and a lot of the interactions are pretty genuine, I want to say. But we'll get into the individuals here in a second. I think it's a good show. I said I'm entertained. I always liked the Tough Enough show, even if it really didn't. The winner of Tough Enough never was, someone who broke out, shall we say? Not to say that the show doesn't have people that broke out, because that show has tons of people that ended up breaking out in WWE. They just weren't the winner. Yeah, tons. It's crazy. I recently went back like 6 months ago, I want to say, and I watched every season of it, and I was like, holy shit. There's so-and-so. There's John Morrison. There's The Miz. There's, who else was on there? Obviously Maven and
Boogeyman.
Lydia.
I remember him on there.
Boogeyman was on there? I did not know that. Holy shit.
He got disqualified because he lied about his age.
Oh, that's the Boogeyman. Oh, that's funny.
Yep, that was the
Yeah.
Boogeyman. Yep.
Shaniqua was on the show. Linda. She was the
Yep.
Bashams.
She won.
Person. Oh, she won.
She was
okay.
on the one. If I remember correctly, she won.
I feel like Cameron from the Funkadactyls was on there.
She was on the later version.
Yeah, yeah.
I
feel like Mandy Rose. I feel like Mandy Rose was on the show too. Let me see. Tough Enough. Well, successful Tough Enough can. There we go. Yes, we got then. Oh, Ryan Reeves was on the show apparently, which is Ryback, I think.
Shad.
I don't remember. Shad was on the show. Yes, I remember that.
Shad
Matt Morgan was on the show.
Kenny King, if you remember him.
No, who's he? Oh, he went to TNA.
He was in TNA for a long time.
Yeah. Josh Matthews.
Yeah.
He was on there. Not in a wrestling capacity, but Chris Nowinski. He didn't win. Jackie Gato.
Yeah.
Eva Lise. She was in NXT for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in the newer one.
It says that Luke Robinson was at WrestleMania 27. I don't remember that.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's Mandy Rose. She was there. She was in the show. Who else is here? There's a lot of people that had so much potential in that show.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green was on the show?
She was on the same season as Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
Oh, really? Sonya Deville?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, Tough Enough is a great show, and I was always sad that they didn't continue that show. So LFG is kind of the spiritual successor to Tough Enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up pictures and names of each of the LFG wrestlers, and let's just give our thoughts on them, whether we think they have any chance of winning the contract, whether they have any chance of being successful in WWE, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to bring up my screen share, starting with Anthony Luke. Anthony Luke, big guy, big smile.
And that's Maxine Dupree's boy.
Is that her like boyfriend or something, or?
That is you there?
Yep, I'm here. Oh, do we have a pause? Of course we have a pause. This happens. I should be back now. Yeah. Don't ask me why. I've been
right.
here. I could hear you the whole time. It's just one of those glitches in Riverside. Yeah. He's Max Dupree, Max's boyfriend or something, or?
Yes, that is Maxine Dupree's boyfriend.
Interesting. Well, he's got a leg up on the possibility of getting a contract just by knowing someone alone. So,
yep.
Whether or not he needs the win, maybe not. He's okay. He's got some charisma. He's got some athleticism. I think he's a little bit maybe too. He's definitely green. I'll say that he's green.
I mean, they all are.
They all
goes without saying, yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough to get around that particular. That's just experience, obviously, but I think he has potential. I wouldn't put him in my top 3 though.
Maybe top 5 for
Top
me.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's move on to Bailey Humphrey. She is jacked, this woman.
She is.
She is jacked.
Haven't really gotten a chance to see her work too much. She hasn't had a match yet after we are just 2 episodes in. She hasn't had a match yet.
Yes.
I mean, she's definitely got the look and the size to stand across from someone like Raquel or Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
It just remains to be seen what she's got in ring.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a match yet, so it's kind of tough to say a whole lot about her. She's definitely got a presence to her, but I think I'm going to reserve judgment on her until we see her in the ring. I haven't seen enough. All right, let's see what else we got. Braden Ray.
Yeah, we'll talk about him for a minute.
Holy crap! So if you haven't watched the show, he gets into it with Bubba and Undertaker. He has a significant Gen Z attitude problem. He's gonna get in. I mean, he's already gotten shit, but he's got the personality and the charisma to make it in WWE. But I do not see him having the maturity at all to succeed in WWE.
See, I think with him, I think he is scripted.
Oh, you think he's a plant?
I think not that he's a plant, but I think he is the one that they kind of told to
Be a dick.
Be a dick.
Cause drama.
Be a little bit extra, cause drama. Yeah. And because he's went to Duke, real high profile, people who go to Duke really have a reputation of being very uppity and very snobby and very like him in the show.
He's just turned that up to 11.
He's just turned that up to 11. Yeah. He had this little thing with Bubba right at the beginning, and magically he ended up on Bubba's team.
Yeah, that does seem pretty.
Yeah,
I was a little confused about the way that the teams were picked. I was like, what if someone ends up with like all of the women?
Right.
That would be stupid.
Yeah.
So obviously that was definitely scripted. That whole scene,
I think
which
kind of the
sucks.
Not just him, but I think there was probably about at least half the people that were kind of put on teams that were planned.
Oh, I would say the whole thing was.
Yeah.
I would say the whole thing was planned, honestly. Because if they wanted to like give us a better like optical illusion of thinking that it's real, the wrestlers shouldn't have been the ones to pick to get called on that thing. What they should have done was had the legends' names in there, and if the legend got picked, he gets to pick somebody.
Right.
That's how it should have gone, and that way it would have made a little bit more sense. But it was random,
right,
even though they all ended up with 2 girls and 2 boys.
Yep.
Like, okay, sure, random. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah.
But him, I think he's definitely got he's got some shine under that rough.
We haven't seen a match from him though, except I don't think, right?
No, haven't seen a match from him yet.
No. Yeah. But the only thing I can really say about him is if this is his real life attitude, he's never going to make it in WWE. He screams Matt Riddle levels of immaturity and not knowing when to shut up and respect your veterans and whatnot. If it's scripted, I have no idea who he is, and I haven't seen him in the ring, so it's like I can't even say anything, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see with him. I don't think he's going to have a match until last. I think they're going to make him wait. Just as a part of the show, they're going to test his patience, and it'll be something that they drag out.
We'll he did wrestle at Duke for 3 years.
Amateur wrestling?
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Chris Island. Chris Island. So on the show, I believe no, he wasn't the one that they picked as the best that had a match.
No.
That was Troy, I think. He has the intensity, but he doesn't have the he's very flaily. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Like when he was in the ring, he was kind of like all over the place. He didn't seem fine-tuned. He kind of moved like a fish out of water. Even though you could tell he knew what he was doing. He just kind of embellished in the wrong ways. Yeah. I think he was trying too hard. In the wrong places.
I think he's one of the ones that hasn't been there for that long.
Yeah.
There were some that had been in there for going on a year, or even over a year.
Yeah.
Had been at the PC for that long. I think he's one of the ones that has only been there maybe a month.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of people who have barely been there, so it's interesting. Yeah, he has potential. I need to see more
Definitely
from him, but he's definitely got the athleticism. There's no doubt about that. Just needs to fine tune it. Danny Sakelski.
Sakelski, yeah.
I don't think we've seen her in a match.
Yes, we saw her in the first match, the first week.
She was in the first week, okay.
Yeah. She did really good. She was the former...
Was she the one in the green? No, that was...
She was in the blue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had a pretty good match. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very athletic. She's like the... she's the cheerleader.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. Yeah, she's got the look. She's got the athleticism. We haven't really seen the charisma part from her yet.
Not a whole lot, no.
So that's my question mark with her is, can she deliver on the mic? Can she deliver a personality that's not just, typical generic Candice LeRae type, like who are you kind of a thing. But she's definitely got potential. All of these people have potential.
Yeah.
It's a matter of who's got the one that's actually going to get unlocked and taken to its fullest advantage.
I think her coach is... Do you have a list of the coaches? I think hers might be Mickey.
I don't have the list of who got who, except Braden Ray was the only one that I knew went with Bubba. The others I do not recall. And they don't, and for some strange reason they don't have like an LFG website where you can like look up all this stuff. At least not at the time that I did the research for the show.
Her coach is
Mickey. Okay.
Yep.
I will say that's one thing we didn't talk about. Mickey, I think, has the weakest team overall. The other three seem to have pretty decent rosters.
Undertaker's looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty stacked. All right, let's move on to who's next. Drake Moreau. Another one that I don't think has wrestled yet.
No.
He's got an interesting moon-shaped scar or something on his face. See that?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in the ring, so I don't know. We haven't really seen him do mic stuff, but of what I have seen of him, he's probably in my bottom.
In the promo, he was the one that was talking about Gators and being from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Kind of like a OG Wyatt family type vibe from him.
He more reminded me of. Do you remember? Oh, what was his name from Jebediah from Tough Enough? The guy with no teeth.
Yes,
that's who he reminds me of.
Okay.
And I don't know. I maybe. He's definitely in my bottom three.
Yeah, he's on Bubba's team.
He's on Bubba's team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't really seen enough of him, but he's definitely not on my radar as far as like, oh, he's got something. Like
No.
he's pretty low.
Of
We'll
the
see
eight
though.
guys, he's towards the bottom for me.
Yeah, definitely. Elijah Holyfield, the
I know about
son.
him here.
Yeah, the son of Evander Holyfield. Um, Man, a lot to live up to, obviously.
Yeah.
With that last name.
Played football here at University of Georgia.
Yeah, yes, he
Heard
did.
about him a lot here.
Yeah, he is a beast. I don't think we've seen him in the ring.
No.
But he's got the look. He's got the name. Now, does he have the skills and the charisma? I haven't seen charisma from him at all. He's pretty bland.
Yeah.
So far. Again, we're only judging based on the first two episodes, so we have very little to go on. But of what we have, he's probably in my bottom three as well. He screams somebody who doesn't have charisma, and you can't survive in this business without that.
No.
You can have a name. That's great.
Not in WWE.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
If you can go in ring, but can't necessarily cut a promo and be charismatic, then your name could be Roderick Strong, and you could do great in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
As a mid-card flunky in a go nowhere faction like the Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah, like WWE, it's just not the place for people that don't have charisma. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, we don't have enough of him to know for sure yet. But he's got the look and he's got the name.
Football athleticism can translate to in-ring.
Yeah. Yep.
Not everybody can.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, man, you got the tools. Now you just need to do something with them. So we'll see.
And he's got the Undertaker for him.
Yeah, he's got the right. Yeah, I mean, he's got the tools. He's got every tool imaginable. Jasper Troy, he's in my top three. Yes. He had a match with Island, I think, or was it Troy?
Troy Yearwood.
Troy,
who he had the match with.
So this is where I completely disagreed with the judges. They all gave Troy the nod in their match. And
two of them gave the nod to him. Two of them gave the nod to Troy, and so it went to Shawn Michaels for the tiebreaker.
Okay.
Shawn Michaels gave it to Troy because of his star power.
See, I completely disagree with that. Yeah, and Jasper even said in the show, he was like, if we're going by star power, I'm not going for star power. I'm going for skill.
I'm going to be the best.
For talent. I'm going to be the best. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I was like, they got the wrong pick here. Jasper completely, in my mind, outshined Troy. Troy came across as like a Shelton Benjamin, which is great. Great athleticism, looks great in the ring, all that kind of stuff. But this guy looks like a WWE superstar. Yeah. He had the facial, charisma. He had the slowdown. That's one thing that most of the other wrestlers just sucked at. They didn't slow down, which is like typical Green, typical Green thing, right? Right. They're rushing. It's like you gotta let moves soak in, and he did that. He did great. He might be my number one. We'll see as we go along here, but he might be my number one at this point. As far as the men goes, he's probably my number one. He's a monster heel. He looks great.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
No, nothing to add.
Who did he get?
He got Booker.
Booker? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, dog.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Leigh Laurel. So she got the nod, the female nod.
She got the unanimous nod.
Yeah, in episode 2. And maybe I just didn't see what they saw. She's great, no doubt. But I thought her opponent, who we'll talk about later, was outshined her in this match, personally. But maybe that's because she was doing such a good job of leading. I don't know.
Right.
It's tough. It's tough to say because, like I said, maybe they saw something that I didn't. But she's great. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think she outshined the person that she fought in the match.
Yeah, I think she did good.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about her. She's got, I think, 5 months of experience at the PC, if I remember correctly. But she's got years of experience prior to the PC.
She comes from bodybuilding field.
Bodybuilding. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to say about her. Don't. It's you know, it's one of those things where it's like she's good. I don't know what they saw. I'm just need more time, I guess.
Yep.
Panina. Oh, I don't know how to say her last name.
Tualipa.
Tualipa?
Tualipa.
Panina Tualipa. This is not a good picture of her for some reason. She looks like a monster on the show.
She does.
At least I assume this is her. Is this who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's Panina.
Panina?
Yep.
Let me look real quick at my list here.
Or did you make a transition from Jacob Fatu to a woman?
Yeah, she's a beast, man.
She is.
So of the women, she's in my top 3. She's not my number 1, but she's top 3. My only fear for her, she did great in the match. My only fear for her is a lack of charisma. Her facials were not great. She's kind of stone faced most of the time.
Her first promo she did was pretty strong, I thought.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's just the facials need to improve. Her face doesn't really move a whole lot.
Right.
in the match, which I think is a pretty important part, because otherwise she gives off like Tamina vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to be Tamina. Tamina did nothing. You gotta give up. Gotta
be more
express,
more Nia Jax and less Tamina.
Yeah. Even though I hate to agree with that, but Nia has a lot more facial expression than Tamina.
A lot more expressive than Tamina.
Yeah. So if you can combine Nia's charisma with Tamina's in-ring athletic ability, I think it could be. I think she could be something. I think she could be something. She's not related to anyone, is she?
No.
Is she Samoan though?
I don't remember what.
I feel like she's not. I feel like she said she was from like, was it the Philippines maybe? Or something? No.
Could have been the Philippines.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember.
No, I know that the other one, Lee, was Filipino. Laurel was Filipino.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember her.
This is why LFG needs a website. WWE dropped the ball there. Should have like superstar, or if you should have like future great profiles and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they have a website. It just doesn't profile them. It does the coaches.
Yeah, which is pretty weird. All right, who else we got? Shiloh Hill, a.k.a. Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
He's got Bo Dallas written all over. I'm sorry. He does. Which is not a bad thing.
We're kind of a mix between Bo Dallas and Roman Reigns with the long hair.
Yeah, yes, he really is. He could be good. I think they were a little hard on him in his match. They were like, he did good. And I was like, I thought that was a pretty good match. I don't know what you're talking about. I think they were a little hard on him. I like him, though.
He's good.
I don't know what you would do with him, from a product and business standpoint. Just because he's so similar to Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, and I don't know where you go with that, but I mean that's his problem. He's got to come up with a character. I'm actually kind of curious if they're going to do that in the show in LFG, because if you remember all the Tough Enough shows, somewhere at the 75% through the season mark, they usually do like a create a character, create a persona episode.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they're going to do that with these guys and be like, okay, you got to bring out your who you're going to be, who you could be. I'm kind of curious if they end up doing that, because that's one of my favorite episodes of Tough Enough is when they do that stuff.
So I'm kind of wondering if putting him on this is just kind of not necessarily a last ditch thing for him, like a last chance thing for him, because he's been signed with WWE since like late 2022.
Oh wow! And he hasn't shown up on NXT.
This one actually has a Wikipedia page. June of 22, he was signed in WWE's second class of their NIL program.
Oh wow!
March of last year, he made his in-ring debut under his real name at an NXT live event. Has been on NXT Level Up a couple times already too. So he's already been on somewhat.
That's
TV.
not a good. Yeah, it's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Why would you put him on this show? Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Last chance.
Last chance. Yeah.
Get him.
Show us what you got. Interesting.
Him, paired up. Get him coached. He's on Undertaker's team.
Well,
hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Big guy.
If you're on Undertaker's team and you fail, I don't know. You're not listening. Yeah, it's weird because I don't have anything against him. Like I wouldn't I don't have any points to deduct from him besides the fact that he kind of reminds me of other wrestlers, which is never really a great thing. You got to stand out from people.
Yeah.
Interesting though. Good investigative journalism, sir.
Thank you,
Figuring
sir.
all that stuff out. All right, who else we got? Sierra Linton also has not had a match.
She's from the gymnastics field.
Also has not spoken a whole lot, so I don't have much to say here.
And she's on Mickey's team.
She's on Mickey's team. Okay.
I don't see her standing out a whole lot.
No. I will say one thing. Wax those eyebrows. Learn from Maven's mistake.
She has two?
Yeah, that's not. Okay. It's not a good look, Sierra. Or is it Serena? Serena, not a good look, Serena. Yeah, you got to trim those bad boys down.
Yeah.
Remember Maven? He had a freaking caterpillar, man.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he?
Yeah, he talked about it on his podcast. I think it was. I think it was WrestleMania, maybe WrestleMania 18. He met Stephanie McMahon backstage. It was either at WrestleMania or it was after he won the Tough Enough Championship that night, and Stephanie McMahon was there, and she's like, "Maven, just a tip. Get rid of these," and he's like, "All right."
Nice.
Yeah, those look awful on him. Still keeps them prim and proper to this day, though, on this channel.
Does.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, I don't have much to say about her. We haven't seen enough of her.
Nope.
No. All right, let's move on. Tatiana Dumas. So she had me seriously concerned when she got in her own head at the beginning of episode 2, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
She was making mistakes. She was, as Stone Cold once said on Tough Enough, if you're thinking, you're stinking. And she was overthinking things and messing up. And so when she got picked to go into a match first over, I think it was Braden, had volunteered, and Tatiana got picked instead, I think. I was like, ooh, they're picking her up from behind and saying, "Sink or swim." Holy shit!
Yeah,
And she swam.
she
Damn did
did.
she swim!
If she can get out of her head, I think
Whew.
she could win.
She's my number one female.
Yeah,
Jasper's my number one male, but she's my number one female. She's got the look, she's got the charisma. She
yeah,
killed it in the ring.
she did.
And again, this is very tough to talk about because from our perspective, I think you and I would agree, she rocked in the ring. But
Right.
it seems like from the coach's perspective, her opponent is why she rocked in the ring. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm obviously not a wrestler.
Yeah.
I can't tell them they're wrong. And I think I would be foolish to think that I'm right and they're wrong. But it takes two to tango, does it not? You know? The other one may have been a great leader, but she still had to pull off the moves.
Yeah.
She still had to have good timing, and she
Yeah.
did. So I'm on board. I'm on board with Tatiana.
Yeah, she's top 3 for me.
Yeah, she's
Maybe
great.
top 2.
Yeah, she's absolutely fantastic.
Haven't come across my other one.
Oh,
The top.
Oh, I think I know who you got in your top. I think I know.
Think so?
She might be next. Nope. He's
Nope,
not next.
that is definitely not her.
No, this is Troy Yearwood. So this is the guy that has all of the records. He has
All the records.
yeah. Have you seen the movie The Guardian? By any chance?
I don't think
It's
so.
with Ashton Kutcher and
Oh, no.
somebody else. I can't remember his name. Not Val Kilmer.
I usually try to avoid those movies with Ashton Kutcher.
He's actually really good in this movie. It's like a serious drama. It's not a comedy or anything like that. But it's a great movie. It's about the Coast Guard and about like Coast Guard school and he's in Coast Guard school. And
Kevin
it's
Costner,
about
too.
Kevin Costner, yes, Kevin Costner. That's it.
I think I have seen that one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And one of the things in the show is he wants so desperately to break all of his teachers' records, and he does it, but it doesn't mean that he's good enough for the job. So this rang a huge bell in reference to that movie for me, where I was like, yeah, you can hold records. That's great. That just makes you a great amateur wrestler. It doesn't make you a good pro wrestler. So very athletic, but this guy has Shelton Benjamin 2.0 written all over him to me.
Shelton, Austin Theory for me, too. I mean, he's got the look. Maybe he's got the skills. Maybe he's got in-ring. I don't know. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he was fine in the ring. Again, I don't know why Sean picked him over Star Power. You said Star Power. I don't see Star Power in this guy. I don't. I see great wrestler in this guy, but I don't see Star Power in this guy. I just don't.
He's babyface. He's got babyface written all over him.
Yeah, he's got Apollo Crews written on him.
He
Type
does.
of wrestler.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad. Good because Apollo Crews is fantastic, but for whatever reason they don't believe in him. But yeah, Jasper's like, Troy's here. Jasper's like way up here in my mind. So not much to say. I don't think he's going to win, but you never know. We'll see. I think the next one is your girl. Is that her?
No.
Oh, she's in my top 3 too.
She'll probably be 3 or 4.
She's great. Yeah, she's got female Kurt Angle written all over her.
She does.
Yeah, she has a. I don't think she's perfect though. That's why she's not my number one. I think she's got a little bit of a. I don't know. Maybe an overconfidence problem, possibly. She's not cocky, and she's not arrogant, but she's got like a. I don't know. There's just something there that I don't like, but she's great. She's got the skills.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's really, really good. Yeah, I'd still.
I think for the show, she's going to be a favorite.
Yeah.
To win it. She came in right at the same time as Gable Steveson did too.
Oh, and she's still here.
Yeah, she's still here. He's not.
Yeah. What a waste of time he was.
Oh, they spent a lot of resources on him.
Yep. What a waste of time.
Pan out. Unfortunately.
Yep. All right.
She's on Undertaker's team too.
Oh, well, once again, the people who got Taker, man. Not to make the other legends feel like shit or anything, but like
Shiloh, Elijah, Bailey, and Tyra May.
Yeah, what a team. Xena Sterling, I think she's the last one, so I'm assuming she's your number one.
She is. Tiffany Stratton Jr. Right.
Yes,
there.
I saw that immediately too. Yeah. Oh, look, it's Tiffany's sister.
She's the Australian Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't seen amazing in-ring skills yet. She's fine.
Yep.
But she's got charisma oozing out of every pore.
Yep.
Holy shit. And that's all you need in WWE. You don't need skills, to be a star. Holy cow.
Jeez. Make her halfway decent in the ring.
Yeah.
She'll be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. Yeah, I still question how much of the personality that she's showing on the show is really her. It seems fake sometimes, where she's always got her hands up because she's so excited.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it is her genuine personality, that's awesome. I mean, good for you.
Yep.
Standing out like that. Yeah. I wouldn't put her in my top 3, but I definitely see the huge money making potential of that type of charisma and personality for sure.
Oh, I said Australia. I meant Ukraine.
Ukrainian. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Ukraine. Yeah.
It was
Tiffany Stratton 2.0.
Australia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Now she may not skyrocket as fast as Tiffany, but
no.
I think
Tiffany skyrocketed because she has amazing in-ring skills to back up the personality. That's the difference there.
Tiffany came from gymnastics.
Yeah.
From like Olympic level quality gymnastics.
Yeah.
So she knew about discipline and hard work, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is our roster of LFG alumni. Participants, contestants.
Every couple weeks or so.
Every so often we'll check in and see how they're doing. All right. But let's get into the main event of the show, which is the Elimination Chamber is this Saturday, March 1st. And dare I say, might be the most unpredictable card that we've had.
It is.
It's pretty hard this one was tough for me.
It was pretty hard, yeah.
Yeah. Between this and the Rumble, man.
Yeah.
Like we're into what the hell's going on territory. that's what we're on.
Yeah, I mean our brackets not brackets, but our predictions from several weeks ago for what we thought Mania was going to look like is
falling apart.
Falling apart.
Yeah. We have, I think, 1 right, maybe 2.
Yeah.
No, 1 went. We have 1 right. Yeah. That's not looking, and we have a bunch that are crossed out. Yeah. The main event is not going to happen because the people that we put in the match are not even in the chamber, so they're definitely not going to be in there. Rock Roman, definitely not going to happen. I mean, I guess it could technically happen, but probably not.
I'd give chances of it being like 0.5%.
Yeah, very low.
Yeah.
We're not going to get Rhea versus Asuka because Asuka wasn't even in the chamber.
Nope.
And we're not going to get Logan and Drew versus Jay and Jimmy because Jay's got his own match already. So
doesn't
not
look like we're going to get Bianca and Jade,
or will we? Oh,
Maybe.
spoilers. All
Well,
right,
I won't have her meeting Jade.
all right.
Spoiler, spoiler.
All right. This should be exciting. This is going to be crazy. All right, let's get into
Okay.
it. Let's kick things. So the way that we're doing this is we have a bunch of prop bets for the chamber matches, and then we've done our normal routine with the match winners themselves with confidence points. So there's 4 confidence points, and then we have several extra bonus points that can be won with the chamber matches, which we'll get to at the end. So let's kick things off with Trish and Tiffany versus Nia and Candice in a 2-on-2 tag match. This is obviously just a hometown feel good, put Trish on the card, put Tiffany on the card type of match. I don't really understand. It feels filler to me.
See, I think they paired Trish with Tiffany as a way to
Build
firmly
her.
plant Tiffany as a babyface, to turn her
Yeah,
complete babyface
that's fair.
against Charlotte.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little weird to me that, Charlotte's not in the mix here at all. It's basically Trish and Tiffany against Nia and Candice, and Nia and Candice are not looking like they're going to have anything for WrestleMania at this point.
I know.
So it's very strange. And Trish, well, I guess Trish might have something at Mania. It seems like she's back again. She seems
I
to come
know.
back for these little bursts. It's weird.
Right around
I'm
Mania,
sure.
so she can show up on Mania.
Yeah, get that payday.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame her. I'm not gonna tell you you're not intelligent for doing that.
No, but
I
I
don't.
did see. I mean, you mentioned that they may not have anything for Mania. I saw something. I don't know when the last time it was, but it's been forever and maybe never that there's been a single one-on-one women's match that was not for a championship at WrestleMania.
Not for a championship.
That was not for a championship.
So you're thinking like Nia versus somebody, Nia versus Trish or something?
Like it won't happen. Like nothing will happen like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I
Um,
don't know where Nia and Candice go from here. But I do know that the chances of them winning are very low. So I've gone with
very low.
Trish and Tiffy.
I've gone with Trish and Tiffany too.
It just makes sense to build Tiffy going into WrestleMania. Why would you
Yep.
ever lose?
Yep.
Even I thought maybe Charlotte comes in and screws Tiffany out of a win, but then like Trisha's involved in that somehow, so it's like you don't want to like start mixing the bag too much there.
Right.
So I think it'll just be a clean hometown win.
Yep. I think so
You
too.
know. I think Trish will probably do like a what is her move? Satisfaction on somebody, and then Tiffy will do her prettiest moonsault for the win.
Yeah, she'll
I
get
think
that
that's Nia.
on Nia.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. I got that for 4 points.
Which that sucks for Nia because she's not
I don't
necessarily
care. Fuck
carried
her.
the championship, but I mean
No, I don't care. I hate her.
she kind of made Tiffany on the main roster.
Yeah, that's fair.
She
It's
she
true.
did a lot for Tiffany, and then she's going to get stuck without a Mania match. That kind of sucks for her.
Yeah, no, I agree. That being said, I'm not unhappy that she's not being prominently showcased at
Come
WrestleMania.
on, TJ.
Sorry, Nia. You don't do anything for me. I don't know. Not a fan. Sorry, but yeah. So we both got Trish and Tiffany. I got her for 4 points. You got her for
4.
Yeah. Okay. So that is a wash. That is a wash, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's move into the other singles match, the only singles match on the card. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match, so no DQ. I have a few things to say about this match. So obviously the reason that they're doing this is because it's in Toronto. It's Canadian versus Canadian. Should get a really good pop, good interest from the crowd. They're from Montreal, technically not Toronto, but home country.
I got a question about that, right?
Yeah.
So, how far away is Toronto and Montreal?
3.5 hour drive, maybe something like that.
Because
Not super far.
I mean, to me, it's like they're in their hometown they're in their home country of Canada.
Yeah.
But how I relate it to here, it's like if someone's from Chicago, someone's from New York, or let's say if two people are from Chicago and they
Yeah.
wrestle in New York, like, oh, then we're in my home country of the United
Yeah.
States.
So
It's like,
it's a little tricky with us because, especially with hockey, Toronto and Montreal have a pretty big rivalry.
yeah,
In the NHL, the Leafs and the Canadians. So whenever they say, like, when they're like introducing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when they say that they're from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, it doesn't get the same hometown reaction that you would get in Montreal by any means,
right.
because there's that rivalry with Montreal,
Yeah.
right?
It's like New York and Boston here.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. Like, it's like, yeah, but they are hometown. They are home country boys, and with how not often WWE comes to Toronto and Canada in general lately, they'll still be the hometown boys. Whether or not that's their actual hometown or not. I think there's a couple of problems with this match, though. The booking of this match. Number one, they've kept them separate since the attack. I think that was a bad idea. I mean, there might be an interaction on SmackDown this week. This is being recorded before SmackDown, so there might be some physical altercation there. But that's problem number one. Problem number two, this match doesn't feel like it warrants an unsanctioned match. They haven't had one yet. Like, yes, they fought in the past. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about lately. In regards to this story, they haven't had a match. So all of a sudden, you're like, well, I want to kill you. Like, it feels too escalated too fast,
And to me, it doesn't feel like it's going to be the end of it. It's never going to be the end of it.
I think it is going to be the end of it, and I'll explain why with my prediction. But I don't like how it escalated so fast. It went too quick. There's not enough time to savor it. I think they just rushed it because it's Elimination Chambers in Canada. I think this should have happened earlier, but I don't know. It's tough. It's a really short period of time that this happened, so not super happy about that. That being said, if this is the final time that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fight, which I think it will be probably for the foreseeable future, I'm hoping they fucking burn this place to the ground. I hope I hope Triple H is like, go out there and show them who the fuck you are, and just have a banger, just an absolute bloody banger. Do it. Like, that's what I want to see from this match. If I get anything less than that from this match, what was the point? That's kind of how I look at going into it right now. I need this to be just death match. Just destroy each other.
I think they will.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that's where they're going with it.
I don't know.
I think it has to be... I think it has to match and exceed the brutality that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes had. Because that match was pretty brutal. But they need to go above and beyond that for this one.
I think they should, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what are each of them going to have at Mania?
So this is what I'm thinking. So I'm going with Kevin Owens as the winner on this match. And I think the idea of it, at least this is how I would book it. And this has been my problem with the predictions for the rest of these matches, is I'm trying to predict it, but the picks that I have are mostly what I would do, how I would book it, and I'm feeling like that's going to backfire on me, and you're going to win the title back from me, because I'm not going with my gut instinct on any of these. I'm going with how I would book it, the smartest way that I would book it, and the way that I would book this is Kevin obliterates the shit out of Sami Zayn. Just destroys him. Not a squash match. They beat the absolute shit out of each other. But in the end, Kevin Owens just obliterates Sammy and probably finishes him off with that, what does he call that? The package pile driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, finishes him off with that package pile driver one more time. Maybe even does it twice at the end of the match. Just to fucking sink it in. Like, you're done. And then Sammy's gone for a while. Sammy goes on vacation. Sammy's not at WrestleMania. He's gone. He takes a
No
break.
Sammy at Mania?
No Sammy at Mania. That's my call here is what else are you going to do with him? You're not going to do anything with him. It's just sacrifice Sammy to Kevin and have him go off. And then tomorrow, like Monday night on Raw, or I guess Kevin Owens is on SmackDown. Randy Orton returns, and then their feud starts, and that's what's going to be at Mania is Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. That's how I would book it. Randy Orton's coming back to save the day. Kevin's going fucking crazy. He's beating the absolute shit out of everybody, and Randy's coming back to save the day. That's kind of my thought process, because I think they're going to build Randy back up to take on Cody at some point in the near future.
Okay. I mean,
so that's where I'm coming from.
So I think they could have had a match at Chamber, just a regular match, a street fight or something. But this unsanctioned, I think, better place for this one would actually be at Mania.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I agree.
Yeah. They could have some kind of match with the Schmoz finish this weekend, and then unsanctioned, last man standing, what have you.
The problem is, what would you do with Randy? Randy would miss Mania if he doesn't recover from his pile driver, which it's already kind of stretched how long he's been gone for a single pile driver. So I'm like,
Cody was gone for just a few weeks.
Yeah. Now that being said, he did give Randy an actual pile driver and not a package pile driver. So I guess they're saying that the regular pile driver is worse than the package pile driver. I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this one I kind of went back and forth, but
yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't see how this one can't be the last for a long time, if ever.
Yeah, because it's unsanctioned. It's like, how are you supposed to outdo that? Hell in a Cell? I guess so, but unsanctioned seems worse to me than Hell in a Cell, personally, at this point.
But for that, I also chose Kevin.
Yeah. I don't see Sammy. Kevin needs the win. I mean, he keeps losing.
He does.
He's got to win at some point. And I think this is the point to make him look strong going into Mania against Randy. That's my assumption. And I think Sammy's going to be out. I mean, they might bring Sammy back in like the last couple of weeks before Mania to be in a... I still think that they're going to do like an Intercontinental ladder match or something at Mania. So he might come back for that or something. Who knows? But
I don't want Sammy. No.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If I was booking it, I would just write him off. Just have him just be so brutalized from this match that just write him off. I'm sorry, Sammy, but like, that would be more impactful on the story than you coming back 3 weeks from now and being fine.
Right.
Yeah. I have it for 3 points. Kevin Owens for 3 points.
I've got 2.
Ooh, a little bit of a difference there.
2 points. Right. 2 points.
All right. Let's go with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. So this is the winner faces Rhea Ripley at Mania, assuming she wins against Io Sky. We got Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair versus Roxanne Perez versus Bayley versus Naomi. Oh boy, this one's tough. This one is tough. There's so many variables here. So many freaking variables here. So let's start off with variable number one. Could Rhea lose to Io on Monday?
Could she? Sure.
Will she?
No.
Probably not.
So.
Yeah, it seems unlikely to me. Yeah, it seems unlikely. But then it's like, what does Io do? Io doesn't deserve to not have a significant match at Mania. She did great this year.
I mean, she lost it last year.
Yeah.
To Bayley.
To Bailey. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
It's tough.
I wish she would have been in the chamber to win the chamber.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Variable number 2, we have Bianca and Naomi in there, and we have the looming Jade, who is set to return either at Elimination Chamber or probably on Monday.
You would
One of the
think
two.
it's coming up because they've been
It's got to be.
focusing on that story
They keep
quite a bit
reminding
lately.
people. Yeah, it's got to be. This has to be building towards a WrestleMania match with Jade involved somewhere. Question is where. And then also we've got in the match a Roxanne and Bailey still kind of feud going on. And then we have Alexa Bliss, who is being manipulated by the Wyatt Six. So what could happen there? Possibly.
Does she
We
know
might
that she is?
I haven't watched SmackDown. I've just seen some highlights where like she's being watched. Basically,
Yeah,
it seems like
she's doing the
she's being
backstage
stalked.
segments, and then then you get the QR code and the blips, the
Yeah,
feed cutouts, that kind of stuff that they did.
yeah. I think there's a significant chance that we see a Nikki Cross
Oh,
interference in this match. I think it's almost a guarantee, honestly, that's going to cost Alexa Bliss. So I'm pretty confident in that. We have Liv Morgan in there as well, who doesn't really have anything going. She's the tag team champion.
She's not the tag team champion. She is a tag team champion.
She is one half of the tag team champions.
Yes.
Which, by the way, their match on Monday night, oh boy,
Good match.
One of the best women's tag team matches I've seen in a long ass time. That was great.
Good match.
They did fantastic. All right, should we start with the winner or should we start with the prop bets?
Prop bets.
Prop bets. All right, let's start with the prop bets. So each of these is so our first one is which two women start the chamber. I put forward that each of these is worth 1 point instead of having to be both correct.
Yep.
Let's say 1 point each. All right. I'm saying Bailey and Roxanne.
Bailey and Roxanne.
Oh man, not looking. It's not good.
Wow.
It's not. This is. I'm so surprised. All right. Well, that's a wash.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense for them to start the match. They're both great in the ring. You know, Bailey's a veteran in the ring. Roxanne's just so good, and they have a feud. It just makes sense for them to start the match. I could switch it. I could see, Liv Morgan starting it with like Bailey, or Naomi or something like that. But Bailey and Roxanne just makes the most sense to me. All right, who enters last?
Liv.
Wow, this is going well. I have Liv Morgan as well.
Nice.
Shit. Okay. Who do you have eliminated first? Don't say Bailey.
I won't. I'll say Roxanne.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, I think she'll be eliminated after like the fourth or fifth person comes in.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's not going to be an early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think ultimately it will be Roxanne.
I think Roxanne is going to eliminate Bailey.
Okay.
That's what my thought process is there. Make Roxanne look strong. Bailey doesn't need to look strong. She's she's former champion. She's got all these accolades. Give Roxanne the rub. That's kind of my thought on that. Who is eliminated last?
I say Liv.
Damn it, me too. God damn it! Wow. That is shocking.
Wow.
Holy shit. Okay, so obviously you and I are on a similar thought process here. Liv Morgan's really the only heel in this match, so it just makes sense that she would be eliminated last. And that makes her look strong. They want to keep her looking strong. She's a tag team champion, so. Okay, so then the big question: Who do we have winning it?
See, I
You.
had thought to put Naomi as a last eliminated.
Mm,
Um, Not sure if Jade might make an appearance
mm.
as part of a ending, but I do have. I did decide instead of Naomi losing to Bianca, I have Liv losing to Bianca.
Oh, so you have Bianca winning it?
I have Bianca winning.
Shit. So do I.
Oh my god.
Yeah. For 2 points.
-3.
Okay. Wow. This did not turn out the way that I had anticipated. Yeah, I see Bianca winning this. And it being Bianca versus Rhea, and then Jade comes back and somehow inserts herself into that match. And it's Bianca who screwed her.
Or do you think something could happen to where Io gets in the match?
No, I don't see it. I think that's why they're giving her the match on Monday, personally.
Then I thought, what do you think for no? You think Jade to be part of the title match?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a triple threat. And
But
here's
her beef
why.
isn't for the world title.
No, but she's going to try to punish Bianca for taking her out by taking the title,
So,
taking her opportunity.
so who do you think it was that took her out? Was it
Bianca.
Bianca or was it Naomi?
No, I think it was Bianca. I think they're ready to pull the trigger on making her a heel.
Really?
Yeah, which I'm actually surprised at myself, because she's such a huge face, but she's, Rhea's such a huge face. They don't need Bianca right now as a face,
They've got
and
Tiffany as a face.
they've got Tiffany as a face. They need some heels, and they don't want to keep going back to Charlotte.
Nobody wants them to keep going back to Charlotte.
No, they need to start making some new heel people, and I think a turn from Bianca would refreshen her character a little bit. I also think that there is a significant possibility that Jade will blame Bianca, but it's not actually Bianca, and like weeks from now, or even maybe after WrestleMania, we find out it was someone else. I think that's also potentially something they go with, and Bianca will do this whole like song and dance show where she's like, I didn't do it. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And it'll be weeks and weeks and weeks of that. And something will happen that shows us that it wasn't Bianca. I think that's possible. But my hope is that they turn Bianca heel. I want to see what she can do as a heel.
I'd like to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to. I just don't think they will.
No. Yeah, I think it'll be heel Bianca, Jade face, Rhea face at Mania, and more than likely Rhea will retain, is my guess. Or potentially Bianca wins at Mania to solidify her heel status. But that's kind of the direction I'm thinking they're going. And then I have absolutely no idea where the rest of these women go.
Yeah.
There's the amount of... This is the problem with their roster right now. It's so stacked. Like this takes care of Bianca, Jade, and Rhea. What the hell does Io, Naomi, Bailey, Roxanne, Alexa... Like, what the hell do they all do?
Yeah, I mean, they just brought Alexa back.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to get Alexa versus Nikki. But
for what?
That's my guess for...
The Wyatt woman? To be the sole Wyatt woman?
No, I think the Wyatts are gonna target her like everyone else, and Alexa is just gonna eventually lose to Nikki and join the Wyatts. But yeah, I know I'm not a fan of that idea either. Liv Morgan, I'm sure, will be in a tag team championship match at Mania with Raquel. I don't know against who. That's another problem entirely with the tag team division.
Yep.
This being said, though, let's play devil's advocate. What if it's not Bianca? Since we both have Bianca, what if it's not Bianca? Who can you see winning this match? Because I don't see anyone else winning.
I just don't.
Yeah, that was my problem. Like, who do you have Rhea face? Like, she is a beast right now. You can't have someone who's not a beast face. Like, you can't have Bailey face Rhea. That would be cool. I would be a fan of seeing a Bailey and Rhea match.
I mean, it'd be a great match.
But it doesn't make sense from a story standpoint to have Bailey face her right now. And she's a face. You can't have face versus face. You can't have Naomi. She's face. Unless, again, she was the one that targeted Jade, in which case she's not going to face Rhea. Roxanne is being positioned as a heel, which I still find strange. Was she a heel at NXT? At the end of her NXT run? Oh, okay, that's why.
But technically she's not on the main roster yet.
Oh, she hasn't officially moved over?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that? Are they just testing her? I wonder if that's what the deal is.
I mean, she was on NXT this week.
Weird. That is weird. So yeah, I don't see anyone else winning. Unless they're going to double down on Naomi and make her like a kill. But she's a face too. Like, all these people are faces. Unless there is a possibility here, again, I don't see it happening, but unless the Wyatt Six do corrupt Alexa Bliss, and that's how they get her to be a heel against Rhea. But the Wyatt Six are kind of looked at as faces. So it's like, they have too many faces right now. They need some heels. Which is, again, why I think Bianca's probably going to turn. They got to have someone turn. It's not going to be Jade. She's going to come back. People love her.
Yep.
Rhea, I mean, how do you make Rhea a heel? You can't. You can make Bianca a heel by playing your cards right. She has everything set up to be a heel now. So
I mean, having Dom with her didn't even make her a heel.
No.
They cheered for her, but as soon as she gave the mic to Dom, he was raining with booze. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm actually tempted to change my 3-pointer to this, but I'm not going to, simply because we have we have the same answers.
TJ.
Yeah, and that
rules in place for this.
Well, let's hope that the men's Elimination Chamber match has much different prop bets, because otherwise this is going to be,
I bet it will,
incredibly tight. Yeah, I think it's going to be very different. This one I went off the rail on. All right, let's get into it. Men's Elimination Chamber match. Winner faces Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. We have John Cena versus Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk versus Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Which two men start the chamber?
I've got Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Don't tell. Wow.
Yeah, I do as well.
Wow.
What is happening right now? This never occurs. It literally has never occurred.
Wow.
What the hell is happening? Okay.
This is crazy.
Did you look at my sheet?
No, I think you're looking at my sheet.
Okay, this is... Okay. Well, we both know who's going to enter last. Logan Paul.
John Cena.
Oh, okay. All right, we have differences there.
All
okay. Right. I got Logan Paul. Whew, man, I was about to shit myself there. It's like, holy crap.
I got Cena being last.
All right. Who is eliminated first?
Oh, poor Damian Priest.
I have Drew.
You have Drew.
I have Drew. We'll go into why in a minute.
All right.
Interesting. He's writing them down. He's trying to get in my head. I'm not sure how to take that. Your D looks like a P.
Yes, it does.
All right, then.
It does.
And who is eliminated last? I don't want to see your DP.
No? Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm all right.
As Santino would say, John Cena.
So do I. Oh my god. This is the closest prediction. My mind is blown right now.
This is crazy.
My mind is blown right now.
This is crazy.
What are the chances of this? Okay. Which leads us to, who do you have winning?
I think we both got the same person.
I don't know if we do. I'll say mine first, just because I want to see if you laugh.
Okay.
'Cause I keep laughing when you say my name. I don't think you... I mean, if you do, I'll be shocked. I have Seth Rollins.
Okay. I got Punk.
Yeah, okay. I thought so, too.
I got Punk.
Okay, I thought you would. Yeah. He was who I was originally set on, and I switched it. Okay, now we get to go into the whys. And there is a lot of whys. All right, let's do the same thing we did with the women's chamber match. Let's look at the variables here. Damian Priest isn't winning this.
No.
That's not even something we need to consider.
Damian and Cody, no.
Yeah, it's not going to be Damian versus Cody. We know the rumors of Damian and Drew likely facing at Mania. That's kind of been the thing since Royal Rumble. Nothing's really materialized since then, so they may have thrown that out the window, but I still think it's probably the plan. I think that, and this is where my eliminated first is going to come through, I think Damian is going to eliminate Drew to further that feud.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think we can both eliminate Logan Paul from winning.
He doesn't need to win.
I mean, people would be pissed to see him in the main event. It just doesn't make any sense. So really this came down to John, Punk, and Rollins for me. I'm assuming that's who it came down to for you.
It was between John and Punk.
John and Punk.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I talked earlier about not going with my gut tells me that Cena is going to win this. But I don't think it's the right thing to do because he's definitely not going to win against Cody. I just don't see that happening. I think they're going to save Cena's 17th win for SummerSlam. I think that just makes more sense. Have him win the title at SummerSlam and carry it through to December and then drop it to whoever in his final match. That just makes the most sense to me. Having him win it this early, I don't want to see a 9 months of Cena carrying the title. I want to see him win it, but I don't want to see him carry it for 9 months. That's just too much.
See, I think probably SummerSlam would be a good spot for him to win it. I wouldn't see him losing it in December. I'd say he retires with it.
Yep. I mean, that would be fine. I'd be fine with that. But John Cena is also kind of a traditionalist. I think that he would want to lose it to somebody. But,
and then the Royal Rumble next year would be for the title.
Ooh, that would be dope.
I would like that.
I'm cool with that. I'd be great
that.
with that. That's a sick ending for Cena and a really cool Rumble change. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right. Well, I led the women's match. Why are you going with Punk, sir? Why are you going with Punk?
See, I'm going with Punk because I think, do we have another question for this?
The Cody and the Rock thing. Do you want to do that before we go on?
Yes.
Okay. So our final prop bet is: will Cody accept the Rock's offer? So for those of you who don't watch SmackDown or didn't watch the highlights, The Rock came out and talked to Cody and said, "Be my champion. I want your soul. I want to own you and take you to to heights that you can only dream of." Being very heelish as the final boss does.
Yep.
And Cody didn't say anything, and Rock said, "I want your answer at Elimination Chamber." So we know The Rock's going to be there. We know Cody's going to be there in some sort of segment, either at the end of the show or the beginning of the show. I'm assuming. It's kind of tough to say where that's going to be positioned. I have no.
I have no too. But I have Punk would do anything, and he would sell his soul to main event WrestleMania.
So you think Punk's going to win the chamber?
Punk is going to win the chamber, whether it's going to come out that he's the one that sold his soul to The Rock, and that he will be The Rock's champion.
That would be a great story.
And Punk would be the heel.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah.
Because remember what he said to Cody. He said,
"Corporate Punk.
I'm going to stab you in the front, not in the back."
Interesting.
So
okay.
I think
you can see it.
I think the little promo thing with Logan on Monday was kind of a swerve.
Yeah, I think that's a red herring. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, it wasn't even a good promo battle, honestly.
Yeah, but yeah.
Did you end up seeing Seth Rollins' promo against Cody?
Yes,
it was it's one of his best promos in a long time. It's good.
Yeah, I thought the Seth promo
Cody
was good.
sucked, but Seth was killer, man.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
I hate to use the terminology the kids use these days, but
that was
fire. Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
All right.
I think Punk turns.
Okay. Whoa. That's definitely possible. I can totally see that. There are so many potential ways that they could go with this, which I think is why it's easily the most unpredictable match of the night. And clearly we both have this at one point.
Yes.
I have to assume.
Yep.
So yeah, I have Seth Rollins 1 point. I think that Triple H really likes the story continuation stuff a lot. And I think it just makes sense from last year to have Seth Rollins do like a full turnaround and face Cody for the title. Where The Rock comes into it, I'm thinking that Cody does not accept The Rock's offer until Mania. I think we're going to get a Cody heel turn at Mania. I think at some point in the match, like it'll be Seth Rollins versus, I think it'll be Seth Rollins versus Cody, and like at some point in the match towards the end, The Rock will be out there, pass Cody a chair. Cody will act like he's not going to use it, and then he's going to use it behind the ref's back and take the win, and that's how WrestleMania is going to end this year.
That's like Stone Cold turning heel and siding with Vince at 17.
Yeah. But I think people are ready for this one as opposed to that one. I don't think people are ready for Stone Cold.
What about all the kids,
heel,
TJ? Think of the kids.
I don't think Triple H is as afraid to turn people heel as Vince was. So I don't think he gives a shit. I think he's like, whatever. We got tons of other people who do merchandise, and maybe Cody will be liked. You know, I mean, if Cody goes heel, yeah, you got Jay already. I mean, what do you need? Two mega faces for him. Yeah.
Promo, the ability to cut a promo as a babyface.
Who?
Without saying yeet.
Oh well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but I fully think that Cody's going heel at Mania. I think he's going to get rid of the blonde. I think he's going full classic brown hair just to make him look that much different. I think we're going to get a huge heel turn there. Now, that being said, where does Roman fit in with this? I think that the rumored Roman Punk Rollins match, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I think it's stupid. I just don't understand why anyone would want to see that. Would it be a good match? Probably. It'd probably be a good match, but there's no stakes. So who gives a shit? You know, it's just a triple threat for no reason. It's like, all three of you hate each other. But do you really hate each other? Like, Punk doesn't hate Roman. So why would it be a triple threat?
So,
So I don't think that's going to happen, and that's why I picked Seth. Because in your scenario, I'm assuming you think it's going to be Roman versus Seth.
Roman versus Seth. Now, there's also the rumored Solo versus Jacob match, right?
Which I think is guaranteed at this point. Yeah, I think that's going to happen for sure.
What about putting Roman in that?
Solo, Roman, and Jacob?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that, but not now. I think it's too early.
I'd be more okay with that than I would Roman, Seth, Punk.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I've got Punk and Cena. Punk and Cody at Mania anyway. But
yeah, here's my problem with Roman, Jacob, and Solo. That gives me. Do you remember when Randy Orton faced Cody and Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Yeah.
It just felt like a monster was going in there against two chicken shits, and it was like, well, obviously, Randy's going to win this, and that's kind of how that match feels because it's too early for Jacob. You know, they could have Jacob come on top. They could, but I just don't think they're ready to bury Roman. I just don't. How can he go from having the title for 4 years to getting beat by his cousin, you know, at or whoever he is to Roman?
Roman could spin, or Roman could spear Solo. Jacob threw a Roman out of the ring and then cover Solo.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to make Jacob look like the advantageous opportunist type character. I think they want to make him look like a beast. I assume Solo would do that. I don't think Jacob would.
Solo's done that many times.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like Solo's the sort of the opportunist cheat character. You know, Jacob, I would want him to be booked as a beast. Speaking of Jacob, you commented on his weight the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. I just watched SummerSlam from last year. He was fucking ripped at SummerSlam. He's looking like Umaga now. What happened? Lay off the beers.
Them Samoans eat good.
That's not food. That's beer. I think Jacob be partying a little too hard. He needs to lay off the
he's on that WWE money now.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah,
he needs to catering.
Yeah, he needs to figure something out. He's a little too chunky right now. He's a little too. When he was I think it was a couple of weeks ago. Who was it? He was doing the repeated moonsaults onto.
Braun, wasn't it?
Was it Braun? Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it was on Braun. He was huffing and puffing.
Yeah,
doing that, and I was like, that's not like you, man. You got steam. What's going on? So yeah, I'm a little concerned about him right now.
Yeah,
I love Jacob, but you're that's a lot of growth in 6 months. Anyway, let's go back to the chamber match. Yeah, I don't know. I this whole CM Punk favor with Paul Heyman thing, I don't know what that is. You know,
they're gonna have to pay it off sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's starting to get like. I just hope it's not one of those things where they're like, forget about it. You know, they like sweep it under the rug.
Yeah,
like it's like they planted it as a seed to use it later, and now they're like, shit, how do we use it? And they're like, we don't need to.
Or if they just kind of brush it off now, it's like, I called in my favor with Heyman to get me a one-on-one with The Rock.
I mean, I would love to see that.
I
wouldn't be opposed to that, but
which would kind of go towards my reason of him selling his soul to The Rock.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my problem with the favor. The favor is for Paul Heyman. Or the Paul Heyman owes Punk.
Yeah.
But what power does Heyman even have?
Yeah, like
that's my problem. Like
Heyman shouldn't be able to get him into a match.
No, he shouldn't. He has no power. He's a manager for Roman.
For my theory, his favor would be to set up a conversation between Punk and
Roman,
The Rock,
or The Rock.
Yeah.
See, my up until now, my thought was going to be Roman's going to get a championship match, and Punk's going to be like, nope, that's mine. I helped you out. You're going to help me out now. But maybe here's another thing. Maybe you're right, and Punk does win.
I hope I'm right.
Hold on a sec.
Right.
Go
No
with
changing your picks now.
I'm not changing my pick. I can't do that. But I'm
Already
leading
written
some
down.
credence. Yeah, I'm leading some credence to your guess here.
Oh,
What
perfect.
if this is what happens? Punk wins the chamber, legit. No shenanigans. Goes to Mania, faces Cody, and the chit that Punk cashes in is Roman helps him win against Cody. And then that's how they set up Roman versus Rock at Mania next year. Because Rock's pissed off that his champion, Cody, got beat by Punk because of Roman. They could do that.
That could be.
You turned on me. You turned on the family. And now you got face Roman versus heel Rock next year.
Yeah.
I can see them doing that. But then what does Roman do at Mania? I guess he faces Seth, if in your scenario. Because I don't know.
But how do you go from Seth not having anything to do with Roman since Rumble?
Well, he took Roman out. So.
Yeah.
He gave him a double stomp, and he's been gone since, so Roman could just be back for revenge.
Which I saw that Roman has been announced for the SmackDowns that are over in Germany next month.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It makes sense. When Cena's going to be on Raw.
Well, what do you mean?
Because when they're over there, Cena's going to be on Raw on those weeks. When they're over.
So are you saying there might be a Cena Roman something?
No, I'm just saying it's coincidence they're going to be on TV those same weeks.
Yeah, honestly, I fully anticipate we're going to get John Cena versus Logan Paul at Mania. I don't see anything. I don't see any other direction for either of them at this point. I fully anticipated that Cena was going to have way more TV time than he's had, and he's had none.
He had just the one promo on the first Netflix.
First Raw. Yeah, and then he just shows up at the Royal Rumble, and now he's just showing up at Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
He didn't even show up on a Raw to announce that he was going to be in the chamber. He just did it at a fucking post conference. I'm like, if they had any intention of Cena being like the main focus of WrestleMania, he would have been way more involved by now, I think.
March 17th, March 24th, and March 31st. Brussels, Belgium, Glasgow, Scotland, and London, England.
That's Roman and Cena are going to be at those?
That's Cena.
Yeah, no.
Roman.
March 17th. So he's not going to be on the 3rd or the 10th?
Right.
Or the 7th or the 14th?
Right.
Yeah, so...
Roman Reigns is scheduled to appear on March 21st and 28th, SmackDowns from Europe.
Okay. They have no announcements for after that, though?
No.
So here's this leads credence to me to my belief that Cena's not going to be against Cody. If he is only going to be on 3 Raws in the 7 that there are between an Elimination Chamber and Mania, there's no way they would put Cena in the main event when you can't even be there to promote it. There's no way. Right. That would be the dumbest thing. And same thing with Roman. He can't be in the main event because he's only going to be there 3 or 4 days out of 7. It's like you can't do that when you're in the main event.
Even last year with Cody, he was there for like the last 4 or 5 before Mania.
Yeah. Like if you're in the main event, you got to show. Like
right.
It's stupid not to. Don't necessarily have to wrestle, but you got to show up and do something, you know. But yeah, I think we're gonna get Cena, Logan Paul, Drew, Damian.
Yeah.
I don't. My problem with picking Seth Rollins is I don't know what Punk and Roman are gonna do. I mean, they could just face each other, I guess, but like how you get there, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if anything, in my scenario with Seth Rollins winning, Punk could cash in his chit with Heyman and get himself inserted into the main event. So it ends up being,
like you said, what power does Paul Heyman have to do that?
Talk to The Rock, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, they haven't really alluded to what power Heyman has at all. So I always assumed that it was going to be Roman has to give up something, or Roman has to help him something.
Yeah,
That's always been my assumption.
The favor has to do with Roman.
Yeah, but if it's not going to be, like it, if Punk is not going to use his shit to get involved, or in the main event, then he's not going to use it until after Mania, or it's just not a thing anymore.
Right.
I mean, when was the last time Punk mentioned his favor?
It's been a month or so. It's been a while.
It's been more than. Has it been more than that, or has he mentioned it recently? Because the last time I thought he mentioned it was, the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's probably been.
He didn't. He stared down Heyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I think you might be right. I think Punk's probably going to win this, which I'm okay with. I want to see Punk in the main event. I'm okay with Punk Cody. I'm totally cool with that. That's a great main event to me. And to see Punk in the main event, he deserves it. Say what you want about Punk, but he's never had a main event, and he deserved a main event a long time ago. And I'd love to see him win, but I don't think we're getting anything other than a Cody win at Mania, no matter who's in the main event. Personally,
wish that was different.
Unless the theory that I picked, that I sent to you, is true, and he calls in a chip for Roman to help him in the main event. That would be cool. That to me is like the best way that the whole thing could go. Picture even this. Cody doesn't turn heel until Mania, like I had said, until the end of the match, when Brock shows up and tosses a chair into the ring or tosses the belt into the ring, and Cody he hesitates, and then he's going to go take it, and then, oh, there's Roman. Roman spears Cody to help Punk. Like, that would be a sick ending, and then Punk wins. Yeah. I'd be cool with that. But I just every fiber of my being says that Cody's retaining and going heel. So exciting, though.
Yep.
Great booking. Well, hold on. Maybe not great booking for Mania yet. That remains to be seen. But great second guessing and having all these options and shit. Like, I like that. Going into Elimination Chamber, I will say that I didn't like it on TV at all, though. The last several weeks of TV have been shit.
Yeah.
It's just too much like... It's like Triple H went a little overboard on the... Let's make sure there's a seed everywhere so that we can change our minds at the last second.
Yeah.
It's like, you should have the ability to pivot, but like when you plant that many seeds, eventually it kind of gets like, okay, this is starting to be a little sloppy.
Yeah.
But that being said, I can't wait for Elimination Chamber.
It'll be good.
It should be a good show. It should be a good show. It's absolutely stacked card, except for the women's match.
4 matches.
Yeah, the matches that are there are all potential hits. I mean, great contestants in both chamber matches. Sammy versus Kevin in unsanctioned match. The go for a P match, unfortunately, is going to be the women's match, but which I think will probably start the show. Actually, no.
Match.
Yeah, how are they going to divvy this up? Hold on. What's the order you thinking here? It's got to be the chamber match last.
Where do you put Cody?
Yeah, that's what's really bugging me. Because if you put it at the start of the show, then you got to know that there's something going on in that match, right? Something's going to change.
But you don't end with Cody.
Yeah, I mean,
or
ending with...
Because The Rock is going to be there.
Right? Here's the problem with ending it, is that if Cody says no, then it's just Brock gets pissed off and it's over.
How do you end it with a non-wrestling segment?
I mean, they've done it before. They did it technically, I mean, kind of. They did, remember Royal Rumble with Sammy and Kevin and Roman, where they had Sammy turn on Roman. Like that was really the end of the show. It was technically after the main event match. It was like aftermath, but
But Sammy was already out there for the
yes.
match.
Yeah, everyone was already out there.
So it was just kind of a continuation of the match.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel
this would be a whole completely different segment because Cody's not in the match, and obviously The Rock's not in the match.
yeah, I think if it was me and I was booking this, it depends, right? Like if Cody and Rock's segment affects the main event somehow, then it'll go on first. I think it'll go on first either way, though. Don't you think?
What, the men's match?
No, the Cody Rock segment. I think that'll go on first.
I'd say that.
I think that'll open the show
after the second match.
You think they'll put that in the middle of the show?
Yeah, I think they'll put it in the middle.
Okay, so what do you think is going to lead? The Women's Elimination Chamber match?
Yeah.
Man, how do you divvy this shit up? See, my interpretation was that the Women's Elimination Chamber would lead, and then we would get. Oh, see, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Women's Chamber match first, followed by Sammy and Owens.
I say Sammy and Kevin the second. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Trish and Tiffy match.
Yeah.
And then maybe after that, just before the main event, they do Cody and Rock?
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know. We'll find out. Are we doing a watch party?
I don't know.
Well, we'll look into it. Yeah, we'll look into that. I know I can't for Mania. I will be at a Mania party for Mania. But maybe the Chamber.
What will my Saturday night look like?
It's March 1st.
April 9th.
I know I'll be watching it, so if you want to do a watch party, then
just will I be home alone?
Coherent?
Or will I have my daughter?
Oh, that's a good shirt. Yeah. Let me know, and we'll put up a link if we want to do a watch party.
All right.
I think that's it. Or do we have all of our predictions locked in, which are very similar? Oh my god,
they're all written.
So what were the different ones? The only differences we had were the points on Zayn and Owens and the Womenation Chamber, the Women's Elimination Chamber, and then
you had Bailey eliminated first. I had Roxanne.
Okay.
You had Seth winning. I had Punk. You had Logan coming in last. I had Cena.
Oh, right.
And you had Drew being eliminated first. I had Damian.
And we both had Cena being eliminated last.
Yes.
Okay. Not a whole lot of maneuverable points. No. It's going to be toit. It might even be a toy.
It can't be a tie because you would win.
I would default to keeping the championship.
Yes.
That is true. Interesting. All right, well, Elimination Chamber is this Saturday. I am stoked. I cannot wait.
I'm excited
for this show.
You should have gone.
Yeah, trust me, dude. As soon as it was announced that The Rock was going to be there, I was like, this is probably my last chance to see Cena, Rock, maybe even Punk. Who knows? Like it could be a long time before they come back to Toronto. Yeah. So technically I could still go because they're not sold out yet, which is shocking.
Really?
At least last I checked. Let me, which was like a few days ago. Let me pull it up. Oh yeah, there's still tons of seats. Yeah. Maybe not tons, but I would have a selection.
Look at all those.
There's a significant amount of
137.90 Canadian dollars
for 137.90. Yeah. Oh, for nosebleeds. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, a nosebleed way up high.
Yeah, I would have to be in the 300s at the very least.
Are there 300s?
Yeah, those are the lower bowl. 356. Yeah.
What's that compared to US?
In prices?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say that that's how much they cost. That's the number, like the seat numbers. Section 300 is the lower bowl. The prices, let's see. So like if I was in lower bowl, it'd be about $537 for 2 tickets.
Cool.
Yeah, what that is in American? Let's see, 537 Canadian to USD. 371
for 2 tickets.
Yeah, for 2.
That's actually better than what I thought.
In American money, yeah, that's not bad. If it was $371 for 2 tickets, I'd be going. But $500 and some odd dollars for 2 tickets is it's a little much. It's a little much. It's a lot of money.
It's a second row seat, 3,219.
Holy shit! I was watching. Do you know BDE on YouTube?
No.
No, he's one of those guys you see in the crowd fairly frequently.
Yeah.
He was. You probably won't remember this. I think it was at the Royal Rumble of 2023 when Montez Ford came out. There was a shot in the crowd of 2 guys in red shirts doing this to the Street Profits theme song, and Pat McAfee commented. He was like, "Oh, look at those guys! They're vibing. They're vibing."
Nice.
That was BDE. But he had a $20,000 ticket to WrestleMania 40. And he actually spoke to Green Shirt Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I asked Green Shirt Guy how the hell he can afford to get all these tickets all the time, and he told me, but he said I'm not allowed to reveal how he gets them. But I will say that it is not how you likely think he gets them, whatever that means.
Nah, whatever that means.
Yeah, because you would think that he knows somebody. I think that's probably the widely accepted assumption, is that he knows somebody who gets him tickets.
Yeah.
But if it's not that, maybe he's just rich. It's certainly possible that he's just a rich dude. I don't know. Maybe he got an inheritance, and he's just rich. Who knows? But yeah, I'd love to know. I'd love to know how that guy gets front row seats all the freaking time. Like, those are $20,000 seats. How the hell do you afford that?
Yeah.
You don't afford that. You get a deal, clearly. I bet you he has some sort of deal with WWE. It's got to be.
It's got to be.
Because they want people in the front row who react and who are not troublemakers. Because they're on hard cam. So they're like, yeah, no, we'll give you like a 75% discount on these tickets if you come. We know that you're not a troublemaker and you're respectful and you're good. So come on in. Yeah. That's the only reason I can think. Or maybe it's not the reason you think. Maybe he like went to a WWE show one time and got like punched in the face by a wrestler, or like got hit by a ladder or something, and it was like, I'm suing you, and they're like, dude, free tickets for life.
But funny thing is, I was watching when AEW first showed up on Max, all of the 2019 shows. He was in the same spot on Double or Nothing, their first pay-per-view, their first few Dynamites. He was front and center. I mean,
so it's not somebody he knows in WWE.
He gets that same seat. in AEW, or he did.
Yeah, I remember he was on the debut of AEW.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Same with the Brock Lesnar guy.
Brock Lesnar guy? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that guy. Yeah.
The guy that always shows up in the Ed Hardy shirts.
Man, what is their secret? What could
know.
it be? You know, it could be that like Green Shirt Guy doesn't have a YouTube channel or a social media following. I mean, he has a social media following, but like
he has a hookup with Ticketmaster.
Yeah, I guess that's possible. Or SeatGeek, where they're like, maybe he knows somebody, or maybe he works for them.
Yeah.
That's always possible. Interesting. Yeah, because it's got to be something that links those two companies, and there isn't anything that links those two companies except for the arenas and tickets.
I mean, you'd have to have people at every arena. So it's...
Yeah, it's got to be Ticketmaster.
Arenas, it's the ticket broker, or it's the company.
Well, here's the thing: is that even if it is Ticketmaster, they're not giving out $20,000 tickets for free. So how does he afford it? Hey, Green Shirt Guy, if you're listening to this,
let us know.
Let us know. Come have a discussion with us.
Yes.
We'll keep your secret. We just want to know.
We will record it.
We
will do the interview off the record.
Off the record, you know?
Yep.
You'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day, I think.
I'm sure you will.
Green Shirt Guy. How could you not be? That's one thing I'm surprised WWE hasn't done in their Hall of Fame is like a fan of the year.
Super fan.
Yeah, super fan of the year. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe not give them a speech, but like acknowledge them.
Yeah.
As a great Samoan once said. Yeah, I think that.
I mean,
cool.
only one can truly be acknowledged.
This is true. Only one.
That's Roman. Yeah.
Only one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Elimination Chamber predictions episode. That was a good show. Lots of good talk in that, and cannot wait to find out the results of this. We'll be back next week to discuss the fallout of the chamber and see where we landed in our predictions. If you want to follow me, I am TG-Leo on BlueSky.
I am Cole2K on BlueSky and X.
And if you want to email us, you can do so at co.op.podcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.